Okay, guys, how's it going? You're very welcome to episode 7 of Sweet Velvet Life. Pearse and Fiona here with you. I know it's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a while. How's it going?
Yeah, I think people thought that maybe we went off the radar into podcast obscurity or something, because I think that seems to happen quite a lot. But no, we haven't. We're here, we're back, and we have valid reasons for not being around. But you're very welcome to episode 7. It's a Halloween special.
Ooh.
But we'll get to that in a minute.
Feeling spooky.
Yeah, I kind of am, actually. Hair tingling, all that kind of stuff. But of course, if you'd like to get in touch with the podcast, you can do so on sweetvelvetlife@gmail.com. And yet again, big shout out to the lads in Republic of Loose for allowing us use their wonderful music for our intro. And yes, as you keep saying, Fiona, and I agree with you, we'll get them in yet.
We'll get them, yes.
We will.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on, lads. Come on the show. Come on the podcast.
Yes. We're
Yes.
putting it out there publicly. Okay, so listen, it's been, oh my God, it's been weeks upon weeks upon weeks since we last did this. And we, of course, just want to thank PJ for our last podcast. Very insightful look into his life, I thought.
Yeah.
You know, the man who spends every day of the week chatting to people and finding out their story. And he came in and very honestly told us his story, which a lot of people have come up to me afterwards and they were quite taken by it.
Yeah.
I was too.
He's a gent.
Yeah.
PJ is a gentleman.
And I mean, I know him a long time. I know him since I'm about 14 years of age, but there was things that I didn't know about him that I now know since we did the podcast, which was fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thanks, PJ.
Thank you. So, I just want to touch very, very briefly on my reasons for not having the podcast. Firstly, I suppose I had a number of weeks off holidays and I'd worked so hard for the year that I just was absolutely knackered. And I just thought, you know what, I need to take time off. I need not to do anything for a while to do with broadcasting. And then, unfortunately, I had the sad incident of where one of my best pals, a very, very good friend of mine, passed away. And I suppose I went to what can only be described as a sad place. Because he died through suicide and it was very sudden and we certainly didn't expect it. There was a group of friends of us that did a lot of things together. A number of years ago, we went to Berlin to welcome in the new year. I don't think Berlin has ever recovered from that trip. We did, but it didn't. And, you know, it's a sad story. You know, he's a good friend. And
I'm so sorry, Pearse.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
Listen, it's the journey of life, you know.
Yeah.
And it was bizarre the night that he did pass away. I was thinking at home, I was sitting at home and I was like, my God, I haven't spoken to Justin in a number of weeks. I must drop him a message. And then suddenly, fate is what you could call it. Next thing, biddledum, my Facebook Messenger made a noise and there was a message from Justin. So we had a beautiful conversation for a number of hours, a bit of a catch up. And the conversation kind of just, it stopped because I thought that maybe the guy had fallen asleep or he'd nothing more to say to me. But, you know, as it turns out, it kind of, I suppose, coincides with the time where we believe that he went to sleep and went on to his nirvana, his bit of peace. So it hit me harder than I actually thought it was going to hit me. You know, I always knew I was going to be sad, but I really went to this sad place where I kind of just took myself out of life, really, for about 3 weeks. You know, yeah, I came to work and I went home, but none of my friends saw me, none of my family heard from me. I didn't expect to get hit with what I got hit with, the feelings and the emotions of sadness. So I think I kind of just took myself away to try and figure it all out. And yeah, I have had friends say, well, you could have come and spoken to us, Pearse. I actually couldn't. I was too sad. I couldn't talk about it. I couldn't bring myself to verbalise how I was feeling, although I knew how I was feeling. And that's the kind of guy I kind of am sometimes. I need to go away and sort things out in my head, sort out the feelings and the emotions, I suppose, and, you know, figure out the wood from the trees, as they say. And yeah, now I figured that out and I'm okay with it, as okay as can be, I suppose. But I'm back. And we're back. And here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
No, it's so sad. I mean, suicide is just, it's the saddest thing.
Yeah.
But
because you never get a chance to say goodbye.
Well, this is it. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But in a way, he did say goodbye to you, it seems.
Yeah, well,
you know,
reflecting on it, that was his goodbye.
Yeah.
You know, because it just, everything was so planned. You know, he had his funeral plans all laid out, and that's the kind of guy he was. And he was a very private kind of guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I think...
I feel kind of honoured that, you know, he did take the time out to say goodbye to me. It means that he cherished our friendship, I guess.
Absolutely.
You know, and he didn't want to leave this life without having a conversation with me, you know. And there's a whole group of other friends as well, and he had contacted them in his own way as well. I think it's the journey of life.
It is. It's the journey of life. It's the one thing that we can be certain of, all of us, is death.
Yeah.
And I think when somebody close to you dies, it causes you to reflect.
Very much
and
so.
meditate on your own life.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's really important.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, like you said, you didn't want to talk to other people. You just wanted to go into yourself and think about it. That's so important.
And it was funny because I was talking to my brother about it, and my brother, I think he kind of got a little bit worried. And I said to him, no. You know, there was nothing to worry about. It's not like I went into that headspace. It was nothing like that. It was very much, I just needed to, I suppose, shut down the shop and reflect on my own thoughts and feelings about it all. I suppose, be aware of the fact that, yes, I am very sad, and be okay with the fact that I'm very sad. And within that period of time that I kind of stepped away, I took that time, I suppose, to reflect on the friendship I had, and also to, I suppose, nearly hug the sadness and make it my friend, and make it okay, that it's okay to feel this way. And once I kind of sorted through all of that, I kind of came out of the bubble that I was in then.
Bang on. That's what you need to do. You need to embrace the emotion.
Yeah.
And, you know, give the love and the memory to your friend.
Yeah.
And hopefully his spirit will move on in happiness because of that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Loads of people loved him. And
yeah. And my poor daughter didn't know what to do, because I live with my daughter and I live with my grandson. And yeah, okay, she saw me. She had no choice but to see me because she lived with me. But I do think she was a little bit worried too, because, you know, I did even kind of take myself away from her a little bit as well. And maybe that's because I'm her dad and my role is to protect her. And as her protector, I didn't want her to see my upset and my sadness, because I just didn't want to put her in a situation of her not knowing what to do and how to deal with it. But in essence, I probably put her in that situation anyway, because she really didn't know what to do. But I did keep reminding her, listen, I'm okay. You just got to leave this one with me, and I'll come out of this. And I did come out of it. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I was still very social, and I was still dad, Pearse, granddad. I was still all these things, but I was just in a different plane, different level, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way of trying to...
Quieten yourself with your thoughts.
Very much so, yeah. That's I could have just said that and saved 8 minutes. But this, in a sense, I suppose, is my explanation as to why there's been no Sweet Velvet Life from, you know, on my behalf. And you being the friend that you are, you allowed me that space, and I appreciate that.
Of course.
But
you know, it's a kind of a funny thing though, like the title of our podcast being Sweet Velvet Life.
Yeah.
You know, like what we need to bring in is the positivity. Like we were saying, the one thing in life that you're certain of is death. So it's very hard to talk about a sweet velvet life without talking about the sadness.
Yeah.
Isn't it true?
Yeah, but out of that sadness, I'm in a nicer place now, you know, because I've took that time to reflect on our friendship and reflect on the events that happened, and I think as humans, we try and figure out maybe why someone did what they did. And when we figure that out to make it okay in our heads, then we're okay. You know, and everybody, I guess, and all my other friends, because there was a group of us, we were affectionately known as the Crane Lane Six, because I think we kept the place going with sales of alcohol for a long time. We're the only people. It's funny because we laughed and joked about it, because obviously we met up a lot around that time, because, you know, like life, everybody, we don't see each other as often as we used to anymore, because everybody is kind of different directions in life. Some of the lads have found love, and, you know, that they're taken up with that. But yeah, it gave us that time, I suppose, to kind of reflect, and, you know, we all connected again, and we realised that there was that closeness again, which is lovely. But out of a sadness, I guess, I'm okay with it now. There's a bit of happiness now, because we've been able to reflect on the times we had together and the life of that wonderful man. So, you know, rest in peace, my friend. We'll see you. No doubt I'll see you again sometime in that big party in the sky. Yeah, and this kind of brings us in nicely to where we are this week with Sweet Velvet Life. It's episode 7. It's our Halloween special, and a number of weeks back, myself and Fiona decided to hook up with the guys from GhostÉire, Anthony and the gang, and we went on a ghost hunt down to Kill, down in beautiful West Cork. And you know what was brilliant, and it kind of set the whole tone of when we went there, because what people have to understand, we were driving down there, the weather was kind of crap. And suddenly we came to this road, because we were following it on SatNav.
It's not exactly a village that's on the beaten track.
Yeah.
It's kind of off it a bit, so we kind of, yeah.
And it was funny, because as we were coming, there was one point, and next thing there was just this string across the road with a sign saying road closed. So we were there like, okay, this is strange, right? It doesn't seem like it's an official road closed kind of thing. It's like somebody put it there. So then the sat-nav took us on, and then we had to turn down this road that I can only describe as those small country roads where only one car can fit, and the grass
in the middle,
is in the middle. So we turned down, and I always remember we turned down and we're driving down, and next thing these lights came behind us as another car turned down, and it was literally like something out of Wrong Turn. And I remember thinking to myself, we're not actually going to get to our destination at all. We're going to end up in some basement, in some abandoned farmhouse that nobody even knows exists, and that's going to be how our life ends for us. But I kind of set the tone nicely for where we were going, and we eventually got there, and it was so atmospheric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was stuff happened that night, Pearse.
Yeah.
Stuff happened.
And the beauty is, we're now going to play you that stuff. So here's Sweet Velvet Life's Halloween special with our ghost hunt with GhostÉire.
Ooh, enjoy.
Wow!
Yeah. Behold,
Okay, so we're here at
Carriganass Castle.
Carriganass Castle. It's certainly very castle-y looking. And we've just arrived. So it's August 27th, 2019, and myself and Fiona have travelled all the way down to Kill, down in West Cork. It's not too far from Bantry, and we're just about to visit Carriganass Castle. Laurie Cronin, who's one of the GhostÉire team, travelled down with us, and the other two members that we are meeting down there are Anthony Kerrigan, who's a founding member of the group and also team leader. The group did begin in 2009, and the other team member that we are going to meet tonight is Cian Scannell, who's also from Killarney in Kerry, the same as Anthony, and he's been with the group 4 years. And just to set the scene, we're down a little country roadway in the middle of nowhere, and we've got this old, daunting little looking castle in front of us, and the fog is coming in, and it's getting dark, and the rain is coming down. Ooh.
Cool castle.
What do you think?
It's a really cool castle. Well, it's a castle in ruins. It's 4 stories high, typical to your tower house style. There's no roof, and it's raining, so we're going to get wet. There's a really nice, strong bawn wall around it. It was like an impressive looking ruins of a castle.
It's your first time here, Laurie. What are your thoughts?
I like the windows now already.
You don't?
No.
In what way, like?
Like, who's looking out? We can't see in.
There's no floors, though.
Ghosts don't need floors.
Yeah. That's actually one of the things, higher status, because it has bigger windows. It would have been used for longer.
Huge windows, aren't they?
They're big windows, yeah. You can see some of the narrow little slits, the gun loops are still there as well, but it was definitely a high status castle.
Yeah.
First impressions, we're here. What do you think?
Yeah, well, it's getting dark, so it's getting a bit spooky, all right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know you're a little bit sceptical about this. We've spoken about this.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see, because I've been with these guys before.
Yeah, I am. I'm happy to be staying back with the recorder and watching.
Yeah.
I worked in archaeology for 8 years and I never saw any ghost. I've never seen anything like that, so I don't know, we'll see. But I'll be totally honest, full disclosure, I am a very emotional person and I do get quite taken in by things.
Okay.
So I'll try and be as objective as I can, Pearse.
Yeah.
How about you? How do you feel?
I'm excited.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen, I suppose.
Well, no, I actually don't.
Well, nobody knows what's going to happen.
Nobody knows, I know what these guys do, and they're brilliant at what they do.
Yeah.
And it's not like the TV where they're trying to get the Hollywood answer. They're actually very spiritual about it.
Yeah.
You know, and there's this connection with them, with what they're doing. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the wind is unreal. All right,
Yeah.
let's crack on.
But yeah, they seem like a good, like really sound, down-to-earth type of team.
Yeah.
They're not airy-fairy, like I don't get an airy-fairy, but
no,
fighting
and the
all,
thing
like,
is they all work in various different, some of them work in various different things that have nothing to do with this. You know, so they're just normal people who, I suppose, have this gift. And they were all got drawn together. So I'm looking forward to this anyway.
Me too.
Here's Anthony Kerrigan now, the team leader of GhostÉire. It's very atmospheric for doing something like this, right? What do you hope to get out of tonight? Or do you have any hopes?
I suppose I know we'll make contact. I know we'll contact the other side because we're a very spiritual team. We call ourselves a psychical research team, so we're connecting with our mind to do spiritual kind of experiments, like seances, mirror scrying, the Ouija board, the talking board, but we do various other kind of experiments around the spiritual theme of paranormal investigation. So I think we will make contact tonight. It's just trying to find the links between, or a pattern between two different types of results, and if we can link it with whatever type of history we've got here, and maybe what we got in the investigation in the past. You know, so we'll just we'll do a bit of mirror scrying, which is looking into a mirror and see if can emotions and face change. See if we feel, and it's like you get into a meditative state, and see if you can get any names or hear any, see any faces in your mind's eye.
So we've come indoors and the team has set up in a 2-room building.
Okay, just to note right now that the team have insisted that we have to turn off the lights. We're in the, would we say the eastern wing?
Yeah.
Of the barn.
So it's an upstairs room, so the beauty about this now, I think, is that we're indoors because it's bloody freezing outside. But yeah, it's going to be a much more controlled environment for stuff, I think, anyway. So I'm really excited.
I just can't believe you have to turn off the lights.
We do, but shit's ghosts.
To play the game properly.
Yeah.
What you, I suppose, the experience now, the listener and yourself, most one common way the spirits can come through is actually talking. So you might hear strange audible over the recording, voices coming in which aren't replicated by any of the team or yourselves. So it's when listening back over the recording that you most commonly hear. 80% of the time there's a strange sound anomaly. So
I hope so.
it is. It's
like I've got a pop shield on and everything, so like it should just pick up kind of what's in the close area. But if it picks up, I can't wait to let you know.
Yeah. I suppose around about 80% of the time we get something strange. About 20 to 33% of the time we hear it ourselves, or we experience it ourselves as well. So it's just to keep an ear open.
Like myself and Pearse obviously aren't part of the actual group, but would we, not being part of the group or not being used to this sort of thing, would we interfere with the connection?
No, not really. I suppose they want to make contact themselves. You know, now you might get a few people, like we've had on investigations, that might sort of block it, you know, or certain ways, but it depends. Like if you're willing to be open, then they're free to be open as well.
Yeah.
The spirit
like I'm trying to be open, but I kind of feel nervous as well at the same time. I don't want to be, but I'm nervous mainly that I don't want to be blocking it by any sort of. Do you know what I mean?
No. Well, I will probably go back to an investigation we did in the past where somebody was on a planchette and they had a finger fully on it, and it wasn't moving at all, the planchette. Now they came off the planchette and somebody came on it, and 2 seconds into the rest of the session, the planchette started moving around, and then just 2 seconds, or probably about 10 seconds, the person collapsed. Because of the amount of power that was in it, they just went poof, straight back. They just fell straight back because the person that was on it previously had their finger so solid on it. It's like putting your foot over a hose pipe.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that other that person came off and that person came on, It flew, and the plancha went around, and then that person just
Yeah,
got
so
home.
only gently touched the plant. Is it
Planchette, yeah. So
Planchette.
planchette.
Yeah.
Okay, so the team has set up and we're all ready to go. And the lads have now involved us in what's called a safety prayer.
So we lightly drop our arms to the sides, left and right arms by our sides. Take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Just imagine a bright white light coming in towards your head, towards your torso, to your lower torso. A blinding white light of love and protection going in towards your left arm into the other person's right arm, making a full circle this present moment. A blinding white light circle. We're asking our spirit guides for clear communication tonight. Asking for spirits who want to communicate, give us clear answers. We'll be doing some various experiments, ways of contact for you to give answers to. We will query, question, but only with the kindest dignity. That to include Pearse and Fiona on the outside of the circle as well as the present moment. Mother and Father God, life of all creation, life of what we are, we give thanks to all that we are and all that we have. We invoke the violet flame burning up through towards our bodies, transmuting any energies out of alignment with our iron presence. Blessed be. Okay, dear spirits, there's 5 questions I would like you to answer for us. The first question is, which clan set do you represent? Move this wooden instrument to show which set clan you represent. Sometimes it takes a while for the energy to come forward to circuit. Use the energies that are around. Hear these words, hear these cries, spirit from the other side, come to me, I summon thee, cross now the great divide, come towards us now, step forward. Let us reach towards you, you reach towards us. And keep the planchette and just move 6 inches in a straight line. Inverted back to the centre. You move the planchette more directly, thank you. Now the planchette has just gone in a direct line between O'Doherty and O'Connell. Okay. Okay, dear spirit. The 2 cards are O'Doherty and O'Connell. Which set clan do you represent? Can you move it directly towards? It's gone to O'Doherty. So O'Doherty, it's a coat of arms card. It's a shield. It's got a white crest with 3 stars, 3 white stars and a deer, and it means hurtful. Okay, probably ask 2 more questions. Which clan or set is your enemy? If they are represented on the board, if not, you can move it around in a circle. If they aren't represented on the board. Which sept clan was your foe, your enemy? Even if you didn't have one, you move it in a circle as well. The plancha is moving in a straight line.
Laurie
Murray.
or Clark?
I'll just take those. Yeah, we'll just take those for you. So it was either Carol, Murray or Clark. Okay, dear spirit, can you move the planchette more directly to which card was your represents a foe or enemy? Or something on that card that represents something you had a disagreement with. shadows and into the light, step out of the light and into the shadows. What light is heavy, what heavy is light. The time is now, now is now, and now shall be. Please move the planchette to the direction, it's heat on my hand, towards the enemy or foe. Okay. So let's go with the, see what the cards then when we reluctant to answer that. So it's Clark was clergyman. Murray was, it means Lord or Master, and Carroll means
Victorious in battle.
victorious in battle.
How are you feeling now? You didn't react
Not too bad. My head's still funny in my ears.
You were saying something about you could hear whispering. Because I remember you looked at me and I was like, shit, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I just too.
Both of
Yeah,
us.
I heard whispering sort of down there that way. Now it could be Cian, but you might hear something over recorded. It might not sound like Cian, it might be some particulars. It might be actually saying something to us there, replying back. But we could ask now for them to to make a noise down below if they want to.
I remember the last time you got them to tap the board, so they tapped it the number of times you asked them to as well.
They hear the tapping and knocking. They do hear it on the times now. Now we'll probably do a seance now after this and ask for them to.
Is that where they come through you?
That's the sort of channeling, but they come through. I might leave it tonight. Just see how. I'll leave it tonight, maybe the channel. But what I do is I get them more to interact with the surroundings around us, causing breezes and stuff there. And whatever we get on the board, we'll just go with whatever we found out already this evening, and if they're feeling hurt and who's the owner now. It could be something to do with somebody here that was I don't know what time period. We'll probably find out here. If we find out the time period, we might be able to link whatever was to do with the cars. We have Cian, who's over in the opposite turret, and he's scrying now. He's out of the present turret we're in.
Was he gone from downstairs?
He's gone from down below. He's over in the corner now. So we've got him.
Out in the outdoors?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, he's fine. He loves the darkness. He's called the dark destroyer for no reason. And now what we've got here now is the Frank's box, which is a radio, so it scans through the airwaves.
Thanks, box.
It's using AM, or you can use AM or
The way
FM.
frequencies.
What we do is we scan the airways. Now, radio stations, we're next to a garden station, it can be truckers going past. But we sometimes get voices over this box. Now, what I do is I speak loudly, dear spirits, so if you want to communicate with us. So, I, Anthony, is going to place my finger on the planchette, Laurie's placing her finger on the planchette, and Fiona is placing our index fingers on the planchette. First question I'm going to ask is, what have you been doing today? A. Move it to another letter. More directly, please. R. E. K. Thank you, can you move it more? Use energies around. The spirits want to build the energy circle. If you can make circles, that would be brilliant. You don't have to answer our questions either, just build up the energy. That could be just everyone knocking there. You okay, Laurie? Okay, can you move the planchette? If you have a message for us, can you do any message for us? You said you can affect Cian through his ears, through temptation. What is it that you long for? What do you need?
At this stage, I was kind of starting to worry about if anything was going to happen, because the last time I went on a ghost hunt with these guys, the Ouija board and the Franks machine gave us an awful lot, but this time it didn't. So I was starting to wonder if anything was going to happen at all.
Do you find it frustrating sometimes when chat moves? It doesn't actually spell anything. Gobbledygook.
Sometimes it can be like that. Sometimes I suppose it depends on the situation. I suppose if we give it probably more time, we probably will get more stuff. But it depends what kind of energy is there. I think we're going to get more with this, as in. There might be certain spirits that might actually not better with words and actually affect us in other ways. So we'll see. But not to do with paranormal. But what we do is technical here. It's like we're going to do some sort of sounds. Hear these words, hear these cries. Spirit from the other side, come to me. I summon thee. Cross now the great divide. Step out of the shadows and into the light, step out of the light and into the shadows. What heavy is light, what light is heavy. The time is now, now is now, now shall be there. If you have something to do with A-H, Anna. If you have something to do with Doherty. Hurtful, are you hurt? Did somebody hurt you? If you're affecting what Fiona's breath, is there a temptation there? What is the temptation? Whisper it. Okay, that's just Cian coming through the walkie-talkie. Okay, Cian, you can come back, over.
Yeah, actually, after the footsteps, the thing that hit me was a sudden chill up the spine, like, but I haven't felt any. Well, of course, it is breezy back there, right? But it was, well, after I heard the footsteps, it was like a breeze up my spine, like. But I didn't really come across any more after that, like.
Yeah.
No.
Did you see any distortions in the mirror?
Just those faces that I was trying to make out, like, but it's very hard. It's not easy. Yeah,
it was in the mirror that you saw those faces, the guy with the beard and the woman with the distorted faces.
The guy with the beard now, yeah, kind of hear the full set of the beard. Couldn't really make out the other feet. I just saw someone with a beard.
It was on your own face, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You kind of when you're doing it like scrying, when I'm using it there, it's like your eyes, your face starts to disappear, and all you can see is your torso. But then another image comes into you with your reflection there, like so. You're saying probably the bottom half was a beard, and then you saw the
female character. Then at times, like when they try to make out some of her features, pointed nose, the face longer, like kind of pointed features. It seemed like I mean slim in the face, like yeah.
Okay, this is where stuff is really about to get interesting now. Part of me has been worried that maybe nothing is going to happen, but believe you me, if you stay listening, this is where we'll see Anthony channel the spirits through him, and this is where things start to get a little bit freaky.
Give me the essence of breath now, dear spirits. Come and step forward. Now's your time. Hear these words, hear these cries, spirit from the other side, come to me, I summon thee, cross now the great divide. The light I see in the dark, I am blind in the world I walk, and the circle this flies. Comes towards us now, move this table, slant it to one side, rotate it, levitate it. Graffa are you graffiti? If you have anything to do with Donald Cameron Sullivan, there. If you have anything to do, if you worked on the land here, worked in the castle, maybe you were a sheriff. I thought I said sheriff there. Sheriff, money collecting.
Sheriff again.
Did somebody may not have any money and you took advantage of something? You got us cold shiver? Yeah, I got cold shiver now. Come towards us now, step forward.
table is starting to shake.
In the lights I see in the dark, I'm blind, and the world that I walk in a circle, this flies. Is somebody just growling there? Just a second ago I heard a little moan or growl. Wasn't a growl, it was like a oh. Use your voice. A spiritist, use your voice. Use your voice. Slant the table. Rotate the table. Use the energies that are within us, around us, spirit guides. A spiritist. Come forward. Where's the money now? The gold? What did you do instead of the money? Show us where you are. Send them home. Confirm. Train, save them. Trade.
Send home.
Trade. Come forward, spirit. Send you home.
Send you home.
Take that thing away. James is here. James is here. Take James.
Take James home.
Take a man now. James, save. James, come, Cannon. Say,
Was there a fire?
take the show. There wasn't.
Okay. It's okay.
Oh, sorry. Right, okay, no, we're fine. Continue, no, we're fine, we'll carry on, I think it's built up. Come on. It's the spirit guides. Thank you, Claire. Now that your energy is around, money, trade. What did you trade for? You traded, didn't you? You traded something else for the money. Is it something sexual? Temptation.
Temptation.
No money given. Something else received. Hear these words, hear these cries. Spirit from the other side, come to me. I summon thee. Cross now the great divide. Step out of the shadows and into the light. Step out of the light and into the shadows. What light is heavy, what heavy is light. The time is now, now is now, now it shall be. Come forward, step forward, change the atmosphere around. Change the atmosphere around. Come forward. If it's something to do with being hurt, how were you hurt? Did you hurt somebody? Make footsteps if you were on the wall, maybe show us how. Just turn that off for a minute there. Yeah.
Is it? There's something about, yeah.
Respiratory, just breathing, like.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go 2 more minutes and then we're supposed to be caught now. Close it down. Okay, this is your last chance, Spiritus. We are lightly placing our fingers on top of a table. It's up to you now. We're coming to an end. You might be able to replay this back in your time. And if during that time you were able to lift this table and make footsteps and bangs, and that's what you'll do.
I just heard footsteps there.
Downstairs, is it?
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, I heard it too.
And you will make a sound with your voice and make your name. And you'll make the temperature change. And you'll make yourself be known visually.
You're coming up the stairs.
You open the door and knock on the windows. You will breathe in your voice and exhale the essence of feeling of being on a summer's day, on a frosty night. The smell, the taste of food, the taste of drink, the sweet, the sour. The sound of music, the sound of a voice, a loved one, or someone you loved. To see, to share an experience. We'll be leaving now soon. Maybe you're the man with the beard.
No.
No. Maybe you're a lady.
Anna.
Is your name Anna? Or relating to that?
Can you bang on the door downstairs? knock on the window.
You're a lady. You're hurt. You suffocated or burnt. Suffocated. Did somebody do something onto you? Please show us around this table. You no need to be afraid. You will go to your truthful destination. There will be no trading anymore, no slavery. There's somebody of ill repute, you are to go to your truthful destination as well. I'm getting a man with like a cavalier hat on. Charles I, Tom. Charles I time, is that something to do as in royalist?
Jesus.
Royalist? Oh yeah, okay. Still feeling again, this is like Dr. Cam's time again. 1600s, 1640s. Can stand up if you want. 1640s. Lift this table. Your graffiti. You're a royalist. Give us a sound with your voice now! Your own people. Smell coming in. There's a smell coming in. Can you smell them?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Mike. Come on. 1650s. Sheriff. Is that the sheriff here now? Is that the sheriff here now? Lift the table! I command you, lift the table! It's weird, guys, lift the table!
The table is actually
Show yourself.
violently shaking from side to side here now. Unbelievable.
I'm going to call ahead. I'm going to call you ahead. I'm going to tell you if you had any ill disrepute towards anyone, the floor's fucking vibrating, swifting.
I heard another noise downstairs early on.
Can you go to your truthful, you will go to your truthful destination, words, wherever it is, wherever it will be. If you're meant to roam this land, fair it be. Fair it be.
James.
All for the King of James. Okay. We know what it is. We know what it is. We'll be leaving now. For safety concerns, we're going to probably stop us there. Okay, Spirit Guide, we're going to close this down now. That's the Spirit Guide to close it down. That's for the Spirit Guide to always and forever close it down. Okay. Okay.
That was fucking intense.
Got to try more, or was it finish it? Finish it, I suppose, of the time. We'll close it down. That was in time anyway.
My fucking chest is tight as fuck.
11:15. Okay, sometimes when we do the closing down thing, times before.
The fuck was that?
What the fuck was that?
It's
The radio.
it's supposed to be all whole hands for this one, yeah?
There was definitely sound in there.
Oh, fucking hell, man, there was everything.
Downstairs was.
Yeah.
Jeez, I thought the table was going to take off. So, what do you think?
The table thing was kind of freaky there, all right.
Wasn't it? I actually thought the table was going to start. I actually thought the table was going to take off. What?
That was going into the red.
I thought the table was going to take off and it'd go with somebody.
Yeah. I thought I was going to go. I went to move it. I don't care.
I don't want to get hurt.
No.
It's the only way. I suppose they call it channeling mediumship. People would say in olden times possession.
And are you aware of what happens, or do you go black?
No, I lose control of my body. Most common would lose control of my tongue, but sometimes would be slightly my body as well. But my mind is still there.
Yeah.
But if I want to come out of it, there I think of my children and they come back in again. The other way is probably UV light. The light brings it away and speeds up the time.
Oh, the noises I heard downstairs. Well, just when the table was rocking, I heard. Well, we heard a good few distinct noises
I
downstairs.
have to say that as well. My chest is loosening out now. My chest got very tight, but I got this mad smell.
Yeah, same as, I thought it smelled
Was it
something sweet
musky
or
or
something.
fiery, like a fire, do you know, after a fire when you come upon and that musky smell?
My sense of smell is crap now, really, to be honest, but I did get
It's just gone into the red there. The whole time I got this taste and smell, and the smell was like if you come upon a building after a fire and that musky smell. And then I got a mad, I don't know how to explain it, taste.
The mental taste means blood or something.
Yeah,
like that,
and the chest thing, like my chest is still tight, but it's not as bad as it was. There was one stage there where I was thinking, oh, geez, man, I'm actually going to have to leave.
Yeah.
I felt that uncomfortable.
The conditions do when you do get that, like, the metal feeling there. That's mostly blood, so the blood down the throat there, whether it's to do with hanging or some other. It might not really have to do with that, it might be something to do with some other disease, a career disease as well that makes that happen, right?
Okay, so we're moving from the top room where we were, of course, all armed with chairs. Oh, thank God the lights are on. It's really cold down here. It's freezing down here. It's way colder down here than maybe that could be our body heat then that we have. Jesus, you're roasting.
My hands are freezing.
I thought I got a poke in the back as well. Oh.
You did. There was one stage where you were feeling a tap on your shoulder
Yeah.
upstairs.
Yeah.
You felt a tap on your shoulder, and I could see you looking and everything.
Yeah. I did. I felt it. You get jumpy as well, though.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a jumpy thing though.
Yeah.
You just actually looked as if somebody tapped your shoulder. Because you see what you have to remember is I was watching all of you. I didn't have my hands on anything, so I was watching everything, and it wasn't you were freaked. It was like genuinely somebody, because you went, oh, someone just tapped my shoulder, and I could see you looking.
Yeah. Seriously, yeah.
Yeah. It's just the two of us. That was unreal. I actually thought it was going to take off and fire in the direction of
Things got a little crazy after a while, all right, yeah. When Anthony's voice changed, that was a bit weird.
I watched your face. It was classic.
Well, I was worried he was going to get sick.
Yeah.
At one stage. I didn't know what to do, to be honest with you, because, like, I didn't know whether to keep my hands on the table when it went crazy, or you just have to just go with it, don't you?
Yeah.
What did you think? Tell me what you thought.
I thought I was actually... I still have a tightness in my chest. I actually thought I was going to get sick at one stage.
Really?
Yeah. It's just this... I got a smell and a taste. And I have to say, when the table really started rocking and moving around the room, because, like, you all got up.
Yeah,
you were nearly following it.
Yeah, we were following the table around.
Yeah. I have to say, I got a little bit unnerved. Because I've never seen something like that. Not to that extent before. Yeah. Wow. I'm
a bit shook now, I have to say.
Yeah.
But mainly it was the voice that came through Anthony. Sounds like there was some sort of a sheriff or a soldier or something that had to do really bad things. That's what I'm getting so far.
I thought it was amazing when the table was moving and they asked, was it a guy with the beard, and it stopped. Stopped completely. You may not have got it because
I saw that, but I didn't quite get what that meant. Do you know? Does that mean that's not the guy?
That's what I was thinking. Because
not me.
Then once they went back to the female again, I suddenly started
going mad again. Yeah, it's hard to know. It's a bit. You're freaked out, are you?
No, I'm not actually. I'm all right. Like, I'm a little bit. I'm like, whoa. I'm a little bit, because it's not every day you see something like that happening.
Exactly.
So I'm a little bit. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go. There you have it. Obviously, we're back in the safety of the studio now after all of that. But, what was your thought? What do you think of that?
Well, as Anthony said, he reckoned that we were going to pick up strange noises with our recorders. And you didn't want to listen to your recorder on the way home afterwards. You were like, no, I'm going to bed. Yeah. I'm not listening to it. And I actually, as soon as you got out of my car when I dropped you off in the city, I actually turned on my recorder for about 5 minutes and I freaked myself out. Oh, yeah, it was. There was something weird, like, there was. What do you think?
For me, the most intense part was up in that room. Because I always remember when we started doing the planchette and both myself and Laurie heard it, the growl, and you can actually hear it on the recording. But the ferocity of which the table, because you got involved in the seance with them.
I play the sound effect of the growl again. I could replay that there.
Yeah, and here it is.
That was definitely a growl, Pearse.
Well, and I remember on the night thinking when I heard it, I was like, oh, sweet divine, because we were upstairs and I suppose to try and explain the room, it was 2 rooms, downstairs and upstairs. And Laurie had to leave because she got so uneasy. For me, my chest tightened. I got it was a musty type taste smell. And even for a couple of days afterwards, for about 2 days afterwards, my chest was genuinely still tight. Very much so. Do you know what I mean?
I was the same.
Yeah, it was, whatever it was just, and the uneasy, I've never felt so uneasy. And I had done this with the lads before, and I remember we went to the castle in County Cork, and I was so fine, but I was actually freaked. And I remember when you dropped me off, I was even I went to bed and I left every light in the house on, because my daughter and grandson weren't there. Every light I left on. And when Laurie had that sense of unease, so did I. I was never so happy to get out of the room, because when you guys were engaged in the seance, at one stage I put my hand on the table because I couldn't believe it was dragging 4 adults quite literally around the room. But I remember putting my hand on the table and just the ferocity of the force at which it was moving. And I have had people saying, oh, well, maybe 1 or 2 of them were actually pushing the table. No, they actually weren't, because of the ferocity of the force. And you have to remember, I was watching for all these things and everybody's hand was just resting on the table. There was no white knuckle of someone trying to push it. But that ferocity was not anybody around that table. It was a different type of force. It was a force I've never felt before.
But I had that pain in my chest as well, Pearse.
Yeah.
that was weird.
Yeah.
That was a weird coincidence. And we were getting the vibe that somebody had died in a fire. And it was as if and now Anthony, in fairness, was actually very skeptical about it. He was like, look, you might just be breathing extra hard to try and concentrate and stuff like that. But it's weird that we both did. And you did the seance last year. Did you have a pain in your chest?
No.
Last time?
No, not at all. And I suppose you got involved in it. I didn't get involved in it. I kind of just stood around and watched you, and I recorded stuff. And it was just the pressure. I remember when Laurie said she just got to get out, I was thinking to myself, thanks be to God, because I don't know if I could have stayed too much longer in that room. Now, I know we then went outside to the castle and we did the same thing out in the grounds, and it was the same result. And I know you were kind of humming and hawing over it, but I actually thought it was a harder surface for the table to move because it was grass.
I think it's important to be skeptical in a situation like this as well.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping that the Ouija board would have worked, and we didn't get anything off the Ouija board, and the radio.
It moved all right.
Yeah,
and
but
the planchette moved, but there was no real messages being given out. And the same with the radio. The last time I did it with them, the radio was unbelievable. Like, we got names and everything being spoken out to us, and that's the bizarre thing, because I remember when we were in Canturk, and this name kept coming up. And then me and my buddy went investigating a number of weeks later, and it was the same name of a young lady who had died in a car crash there a number of years prior. So I kind of had been hopeful that there might have been something come from that. There wasn't. But the table, the seance, that was the most powerful thing I've ever experienced. You know?
Yeah, it was crazy.
And I remember there was one time I looked at you, and the look on your face, because you'd felt like somebody tapped you on the shoulder.
On my left shoulder.
Yeah.
I actually did. It was just funny that you actually, that our eyes met just as it happened, because I actually did get the fright of my life.
Yeah.
The radio was going behind me, and there was, Anthony, his eyes had rolled back into his head, and he started making really weird voices. And then literally I got like this feeling of a tap on the shoulder. Yeah. And like I say, I'm skeptical, but I genuinely felt someone tapping me on the shoulder.
And I remember too, downstairs, because we were upstairs, I could hear all these noises downstairs, and so could Laurie, like footsteps and banging. And I remember thinking to myself, oh God, we're not going to get out of here at all. at all. Thankfully we did, though.
I know, yeah. We stayed longer than we'd intended.
We were there till nearly 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. But it is one of those things, like, you're like, if we just hang on for another 5 minutes, we might get something more. But
yeah. And I definitely would like to do something again in the future with the lads.
Yeah. Next year,
next Halloween.
Yeah.
But there it is. There was our sweet velvet life. I don't know what kind of sweet velvet.
Special.
Yeah, spooky velvet life.
The spooky velvet life special. Fantastic.
But it was fun. It was an experience. I'm glad we did it, though.
Yeah, definitely.
And listen, you listeners, we'll leave it up to you. See what you think of it. Nothing that you heard was contrived. I can promise you that. Mm-hmm. Everything that you heard was as we heard it and as we experienced it on the night. And if you would like to share your thoughts with us, maybe you've had a spooky seance or you've had some spooky experiences, you can get in touch with us at sweetvelvetlife@gmail.com. And also, maybe we've got in episode 8, we've got a really special guest coming up. Do you want to tell the listeners who we're going to have?
Well, episode 8, lads, is the person who has given me my sweet velvet life. He is the lead singer of a band that I absolutely live for.
I'm so excited for this.
I am so excited. He's a sound legend, literally a sound legend. He is a lecturer in WIT in sound technology.
Okay.
And he is the lead singer of King Kong Company, a Waterford band. They're a dance electro band. And I went to see them in Dolan's last week, and I danced my pants off, literally. And I've just been happy ever since. And one of my friends actually went up to the stage. Actually, a wife of one of the members of Republic of Loose went up and told him that he made her very happy. So
Republic of Loose, who we are going to have one day on the podcast.
Yes.
I just throw that one in?
We're going to get you on, Republic of Loose. One day.
So if there's any questions, I guess, that any of our listeners would like to put to the lead singer, you can get in touch with us at
Mark Graham.
And we'll ask him the question gladly in the podcast, which will be out next week. But from the spooky towers of our Halloween special,
Happy Halloween. Ooh.
That was like a witch's laugh. See you guys.
Bye.